How's it going, everybody? My name is Magical Minish, and this is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past Randomizer. We're going to be playing open mode, which means the uncle is not guaranteed to give me a sword, but we're going to make it. A few quick things. You see my tracker. I'm not sure if it's a bug with the actual tracker, but it auto-updates as I get items. But if I don't have anything item-wise, then it just starts with crystals 3 and 4 and the ocarina checked. But we're gonna fix that as soon as we get a traceable item. I expect it to go about 2.5 hours. That's kind of what I've been averaging. But I might get a really good seed. Who knows? It's all about decisions in randomizer. So we'll get started and see where we end up. Alright, there's a piece of heart, so I'm going to have this tracker. Oh, let me... see if it'll go now. No, not yet. Okay. Interesting. We will just keep going and I will mess with it later. A piece of heart should have been able to restore them. So I started the sanctuary. It's a preference. Oh, full magic. We'll do a triple. Nice. Early game money is really nice. It's enough to buy bombs, which is really all I want. I won't mess with him. We're going to check the lumberjack cave. Basically, it tells me if Aghanim's required. The first Aghanim. Since it's just a piece of heart, if I can get to the Dark World, I do not have to go kill Aghanim. But it all depends on what items I get. Bird. Piece of heart. I'm really not too good for the pieces of heart. Apparently I'm not too good for the rupees either. I just prefer to get whole hearts if I'm gonna go get something, but pieces of heart add up, obviously. I just don't think I'm gonna miss that one. Alright, then we go down to the village. Check the tavern real quick. If the tavern has bombs, then we're good. If not, I'll go buy some. Alright, now we'll see if it'll update. There it goes. Okay. So we're gonna check out the well. It's got 5 items, which is really nice. Typical early game, you get lots of money, some bombs. Hoping for more than that. Oh, and arrows too. Wow, pretty worthless well. Go to Blind's Hut. Blind's Hut also has 5 items. So it's a pretty good density of items, but there's also several places to check early game. So it's not surprising to not find anything, but at the same time you hope to find something. Boots. Boots are really nice. Let's see what Bottle Bender's got. That is an arrow upgrade, so it increases my max arrows by 5. Let's see if I can clip a chicken. Nope, nope, too late. Oh well. You can throw a chicken through the door, and it'll end up out of bounds. No bottle for Sick Kid yet. Powder, I will take that. Oops. Powder is my friend. I get hit a lot. So I like the powder because it turns stuff into fairies. Hook shot? What is this seed? The seed is the item distribution in the randomizer. So every seed is unique, but you can also download someone's seed if you have their seed number. In the newest version, 27, you can create customized seeds. There's also a lot of different modes that you can have. This is open mode, so basically just means that Uncle will not give me a sword. Well, he's not guaranteed to give me a sword. In standard mode, he does give you a sword, but that's the only guaranteed item. There's also different levels of difficulty. So there's, I don't want to go that way. There's easy mode, normal mode, which is what I'm playing, hard, insane, masochist, I don't know. There's a ton of different modes with different things that affect the logic and the item distribution. There's a tournament going on with the randomizer right now. I missed it. And the tournament is all played in normal mode. And the current one is open. There was another one earlier this year, I believe, that was standard. And arrows. I just found out about the randomizer a few weeks ago, but I played Link to the Past when I was a kid, so if you've also been in my boots, then you know that this is an amazing game. It's just really cool that you can play it over and over and over again with different results each time. Alright, my mini Moldon killer out. Come on. So much nicer with the hook shot. Blue mail. Fire rod. A lot of big items. I was complaining earlier that I didn't get much of anything, but these are really nice. Oh, come on. That crab would have killed me. Oh, I have the blue mail now. Still, go away. This is no good. Crabs are bad. see if I can make it into this cave without getting bodied by a crab. Stay away from me. Thank you. ₹300. So the ice rod cave is where normally the ice rod is. A lot of people don't check it. I don't really understand it. Oh, you know what? I was gonna try this. Alright. So this is water walking. And it's allowed in no major glitches. I think I'm actually gonna go to Zora. Being indecisive. I'll go to Hobo later. So I don't really know how it works, but it does. There's water walking that you can do with boots. There's water walking you can do with just the moon pearl and fake flippers. Fake flippers I think I'm gonna try maybe to do with the Hobo. Oh, I walked on it. Oh well. Ether, okay. So I was being silly and I walked on land, so that killed my water dash or water walk. Like I said, I've only done that one other time. I don't usually do a whole lot of sequence breaking, but I had the boots, so I had to try. Bombs, big life lesson from Zora. Alright, I think we'll hit escape. So escape is the first part of the game where you check on your uncle and then go save Zelda. It's not forced on you in open mode, so Zelda's already out of her cell. Your uncle's still here. But there's still several items in it, and since it's available from the beginning of the game, there's a good chance that there are important items in it. Like bombos. Yuck. There's different levels of tree pull. So my level 1 tree pull is red rupees, and then that's one of the other 2 tiers. It depends on how many enemies you kill and whether or not you've taken damage. Oh goody, I was hoping I'd get something like that. The thing with escape is that you have to kill these soldiers because they have keys, and without a weapon you can't kill them, obviously. So bombs will kill them, but if they're moving, they're kind of hard targets. So it's nice to have a hook shot. I would have done hook shot and bombs. Since I have the fire rod, I can kill the 3 I need to kill. Half magic just makes it so much nicer. Power glove. I like this. This guy also dies in one shot. It's really nice. So I don't have a lamp. And I don't really want to do the dark room for the chest. But since I got the power glove, I can go in the back of escape. And so long as I don't get both the key and the map, then I know that the chest in the dark room is one of those. So I won't have to come back for it. If I get the key and the map, then there's an item down there and I'll have to come back. Assuming I am missing something. Ah, boo. So there's an item in the dark room, but I don't have a lamp. If there's something in a dark room and you don't have the lamp, then it's a sequence break to go get it. Kind of like the water walking and the fake flippers. There's a few glitches I'm going to be doing. This is no major glitches, it's not no glitches. So in the version of the ROM, the Japanese 1.0, there are several little things that you can do. This is one of them. It's called item dashing, where you use an item and you dash at the same time. And it uses both. With the hookshot, it's a little different. It just makes you go faster, but in a glitched running state. Titan's mitts. So that's really interesting. I think I'm gonna check the mushroom, because I can go to the dark world now, but I can't do anything in it because I don't have the moon pearl. So it's kind of a weird spot to be in, logically. We'll see if the witch has anything for me. It'd be nice if she had the moon pearl. I would use the flippers, whatever. Nothing. What? Let's see, green pendant at Eastern. 6 and 7, Desert and Tower of Hera. Okay. I think we'll check one more thing before we dungeon dive. Birds. Oh, I just thought of another place I could check too. There's a couple places. I'll try to get a progression item before we jump into a dungeon. Don't know why the audio is messing up. This isn't exactly a lag-free game. and it calculates the amount of lag at the end of the ROM, which is kind of funny. This is Agnes Cave. It's a thing. There's normally a heart piece here. That's just a big piece of heart. Okay, last place before we dungeon dive. And I know I'm not being super efficient, but I don't really want to dive into the Dark World or a dungeon. Really just the Dark World until I have the Moon Pearl. But Eastern's the only dungeon I can get into right now. And I can't complete it, and it's a pendant. So it's really not very appealing. But I think I'm going there. Alright, let's do it. Why not? I said I would check the hobo. The reason I'm not doing it now is because it is a sequence break. And it's just one item. So it'll be easier to get when I have the flippers. I can also do the ether medallion if I need it. But, I don't want to spend the time to do the fake flippers glitch when it's not logically part of the progression right now, and Eastern is probably where my items are hidden. So in the dungeons, there's an item count for each dungeon. The other chests in that dungeon are either the compass, the map, the big key, or small keys. So those 20 rubies, they count as an item. So there's 2 more items left in Eastern that I can get. Do a little shortcut here because I have the hook shot. Big key. There's also dark rooms in here, so I know how to do the first couple. After that, there's a really annoying dark room before the boss. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not even gonna try it. I don't even have the bow. Hopefully, if there's an item in here for progression, I will get it before the dark rooms. Nope. So either this is the lamp, or it should be another progression item. So I'm not sure where else I can check. No? Nothing. Now I'm just confused. Where do you want me to go, game? I'm trying to think of where I can go logically. I'm gonna try to do some fake flippers, which is a sequence break, but I'm honestly at a loss. I really don't know what it wants. I'm not too good at this, even with a sword. There we go. So basically with that, if you are in the water at a screen transition, then the game doesn't really know what to do with you, so it just says, sure, you can swim. But if I get hit, a hit actually knocks you out of the water, and then you sink right back into it. And the game doesn't know where to put you if that were to happen, so kind of have to do my best not to get hit, which fake flippers are done now, so. Silver arrows. Again, not progression. I am really stumped. Oh man, you know, one more place. We'll see. There's a place called King's Tomb, and I really don't think about it ever, unless I'm doing a Dark World route up here. But it requires the Titan's mitts and the boots, and I now have them both, which doesn't always happen this early in the game, so we'll see. It's gotta be somewhere, right? Moon Pearl. Perfect. It's always the last place you check. Leave me alone. So since I can get to the Dark World now, I will not have to kill Aghanim, which is really nice because Aghanim is only a waste of time. There's nothing beneficial about killing him. Alright, we're gonna do a map check. Swamp Palace is the place to be. Because I need a sword. Let's check the village first. I make that mistake every time I go in swamp without a sword. There's a vine you have to slash. You can't open it any other way. And I always forget about it. The chess game has one item. You're guaranteed to get it. Hey, there's the hammer. It's a nice find. Little house over here. Nothing. So the current version of the logic is really dungeon heavy. They tend to put a lot of items in the dungeons. I haven't really gotten used to it yet because there's so much overworld space to check that I just forget. And then there's sometimes where I have just done dungeon after dungeon after dungeon and I get nothing. So I really don't know what to think in any seed. So you're gonna see me do a ton of overworld stuff because I can. I will hop in here. Thieves Town is a pendant, but there's 4 really easy chests to grab. And if I want to go further, then I can. And now that I have the hammer, I can even beat the boss, which is super exciting. So one of these first 4 chests is always going to be the big key, because that's the item you need to progress in this dungeon. There's 1 small key, compass and map, and then there's 4 items. I just turned into a bunny, I think, yeah. Not helpful. Very helpful. So I'm gonna skedaddle. There's still 2 items in there, which is nice to know. Probably shouldn't have saved and quit, but that's okay. Navigating this game without the mirror is really not fun at all. Because normally I just would have mirrored out of there and not wasted all this time going back to the village and to the dark world. But that's okay. Alright, so we will go and cream Mothula. This is not my favorite dungeon. It's a really simple dungeon, but I hate the monsters in it. Really? Great start. Great start. Got one of them. Nothing stuns those. Okay. Really? The hitboxes are amazing in this game. That's a terrible, terrible, awful death. I cannot believe I died there. Oh, that sucks so bad. Alright, round 2. These things are really like one of the worst enemies in the game. They take way too many hits to die, and they jump at you whenever they feel like it. There's really no redeeming qualities about the giant sack of tentacles, or whatever they are. Another terrible, awful enemy in this game. I have not been counting my items. It's a very, very bad choice on my part. That's okay though, we'll just full clear it and be done. Really? Hitboxes? Seriously? Oh my goodness. We may not get through this today. I don't even know why I'm playing. This is just bad. Alright, let's see how we do. Man. That is really not a fun fight. But I got a crystal for it, so yay! Okay, there are 2 more chests. Alright, so one of these is a key, one of these is an item. I believe is how it's going to work out. Oh goodness. Item. Sure, save and quit. So not a bad start. No progression in Skullwoods, which is kind of a bummer. Go and check out a few, overworld locations. Swamp Palace, I can't get into yet because I don't have the mirror. Oh, please. Alright, so this is the cave formerly known as Hype Cave. I'll take red mail. Master Sword. So, kinda hype. No progression still. The Master Sword is technically required to beat the game, so I guess you can count that as progression. Oops. Item dashing. Alright, I'm gonna check the pyramid. I have admittedly not checked the pyramid before, to my detriment. I think a lot of people have, so I know I'm not alone. Just a heart piece. think I'm gonna go check the village again. Well, this is probably terrible routing, but that's why my times are 2.5 hours instead of 1.5 hours. Which really doesn't happen that often. It's more like 2 hours. It's pretty much the average, I think, if you watch enough randomizer. Most people finish just over or just under 2 hours. So right now, I think I'm just hoping for lamp, mirror, the bow would be nice. I think the lamp is definitely one of the bigger ones though. So with the lamp I can do any of the dark rooms, and then I can also get up to Death Mountain without sequence breaking. So the shovel game used to be a guaranteed item on the 15th dig. Apparently that wasn't random enough. So now you get an item anywhere between the 1st and the 30th dig. Cane of Samaria. Hello. Whoa. Cool. So the cane is required for Misery Mire. It's also required for Ganon's Tower if you do the right side, and it's required for Turtle Rock. So Turtle Rock is a crystal, Misery Mire is a pendant, so not necessarily required, but I do need it for Turtle Rock. You can't even get into Turtle Rock, really, without the cane. Check eggs. I will take a bottle, especially with a bee. Bees are very fun to use. I don't have the mirror. Ugh. Didn't think that one through. That's okay. I'm so used to having the mirror. Zelda's gone. That's so sad. Alright, come on, Jeremiah. Nothing. Check our bad friend. See what he curses me with. A heart piece. No help. Go check Sick Kid, see what he's got for us. Another heart piece. A lot of love in this seed. None of it helpful, really. Well, I could jump into pod. It has a good chunk of items, but I think I'm just gonna play the cards and find the other two items in here. I didn't want to do that. Really? Really again? I hate this place. It's the lamp. It's always the lamp. Man, I hate that. I cannot tell you how many times I've gotten a lamp in that exact same chest. Oh well, it was a gamble. It didn't pay off. I should have just checked it. Now you know. Always check that chest for the lamp, because it's going to be the lamp. There's still one more item. I'm hoping it's not on blind. I'll still do blind. But I really like skipping blind if I don't have to fight blind. I don't have a key. Oh, man. I'm just so used to having everything. Why would I need to do this first when I can do that first, always? Come here. Put your running shoes on. Alright, either this is the map or this is the item. I hope it's the item. Of course not. It's gonna be one of those days. Well, maybe I'll get a quick kill on blind, who knows? Never done it before, but there's a first time for everything. Blind has 3 phases. It doesn't matter what you hit blind with, as long as it hurts blind. It will do 1 damage. Really? That was really strange. I thought I got that first part perfect. One hit. Golly. So there's a perfect pattern to kill blind. And if you follow that pattern, then blind follows the same path every time. And so you'll see a lot of runners hit that and just nail the fight. Like I said, I've never done it before, so I didn't expect to do it then, but I thought I did really well the first phase. Oh, go away. Where are you taking me, logic? I guess to pod. Let's go down this way and see what Stumpy's got. I won't take the chest yet. Gary's lunchbox is up there, but I don't think I'm going to take it right now. I usually route all this stuff together with the mirror, and it's really nice. It saves a lot of time, especially when all it gives you is a bomb upgrade. But I don't have the mirror, so here I am. I'm bonking everything. Okay, but with the lamp, I can do most of pod as long as it's not bow locked. Come on. The entire right side of pod is bow locked, but the recent logic change from version 26 to version 27 implemented a new logic formula, I guess, code that lets you find the bow deeper in the dungeon than you previously could. So I guess there's an increased chance that you can find the bow here. I'm not really sure if that's how it works out or not, but I know that there are more chests to find the bow in now. So I'm gonna go look. Because if I could find the bow here, then I can finish it, which would be the best thing. I could very well just find something else here that leads me on another chase down some other tunnel in some other dungeon. That's how the current logic likes to play. So pretty much, if that's not a key, you have to have the bow. I'm glad it was a key. I can continue my exploration. Menu, the true final boss. I'm hoping this is a key, because if it is, then I can keep going. Awesome. This is the right side, so you can go in that portal and then go in a couple other rooms. And then you have mimics, and you can kill the mimics with your sword or whatever, the green ones, but the red mimics you cannot kill without the bow. Same with the red Igors. There's a bomb jump on this bridge. I've seen it done. I don't know how to do it, so sorry. I don't even have the big key yet, so not really a point. Alright, we'll go down here. Is that our second item? So there's 5 in this base. There's 3 chests behind this door. 2 chests that are bow locked. Lots of bombs. Compass. Map. Be an item. Not the item I wanted. Okay, so bow locked. Cannot progress any further in that place. Where can I go? Oh, I know where I can go. I said it earlier, if I get the lamp, I can do Death Mountain, woohoo! And then I'm like, I don't even know where I can go. There's 17 items on Death Mountain, should probably go there. Zelda's back, hey. Also found that it is rather difficult for me to concentrate on the logic when I'm talking and playing. So that's a thing. But the last time I did this, even though recording was bad, I still finished in 2.5 hours, so wasn't too disappointed. Hey, we made it. Go away, Dead Rock. Okay. So we're gonna try to go up here. Oh, I do that every time. Alright, let's see what's on Spectacle Rock that I can't get. See what's in Spectacle Rock that I can get, but I don't want. It's all up here, I think. Since I don't have the mirror. Go away. This is Paradox Cave. Called that because you enter in from the very bottom of the screen, which is a lower level, but you're actually above the doors at a higher level on the outside. Spooky. Cape. Ice Rod. Okay, Turtle Rock, definitely open. Probably where it wants me to go. And I can full clear it. Brilliant. The logic for Turtle Rock, you basically have to have the cape in order to do the laser bridge. Is how it sees it. And then the ice rod. The only place it's required in the game is on Trinex, which is Turtle Rock's boss. So the fact that they're both in the same cave on Death Mountain is pretty telling. Go away, dead rocks. Just bombs, okay. Alright, I'm gonna do Spiral Cave real quick, and that'll take me back down. And then I'll traverse the mountain again in the Dark World. May not have... I should have done it backwards. Oh well. Because I don't have the mirror. Oh well. Ether? No, that's quick. Ether's on Zora. I hope Turtle Rock is not Ether. Because I don't have the flippers. So I can't get in it if it is. Oh, I can also do Spike Cave now. I don't know. It's a big waste of time. Usually you can get in the Dark World, use a mirror right before this entrance, and then kind of save a little bit on your run. What did I just do? Not the right thing, I can tell you that much. I can never get that clip. The using items through blocks when you push them is a Japanese glitch. The no major glitches category, I'm not really sure what all the glitches are that are not allowed, but pretty much if it's out of bounds, you can't do it. And I think that's pretty fair. There is a major glitches mode that accounts for major glitches in the logic. That is a crazy run. It is ridiculous to see how badly this game can be broken. This is Hookshot Cave. This chest right here is the only chest that you can get into by bonking. The logic actually does allow for bonking, because there's a room in Ganon's Tower that requires you to bonk in the vanilla game. So, it's good to know. I've actually had the hookshot locked behind that chest before, so the game required me to bonk to that chest to get the flippers, and then the hobo had the hookshot. Bombos, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do kind of a strange little route here, but it's gonna work out. Hello, Ganon's Tower. Alright, this is Spike Cave. Let me get my hookshot out. Get my cape out. Like that, half a heart. Okay, and we're gonna save and quit. And I know I said I was gonna do Turtle Rock, but then I found that flute. I like the flute. I was about to say that I could go do desert. Still don't have the mirror. What am I doing? Flute. I'm sulking about the mirror. That's what I'm doing for real. Swag duck. Okay, I know I can't go into desert, but there are a couple chests here that I just want to check real quick. And then I'll be satisfied, and I'll move on. Also, I can check Mire. Ether. I never want to come back here. Ha ha ha, made it. The book. See? This game does that to you. So go to Mountain Cave because the old man refills your hearts, and it's quicker than dashing out of the sanctuary. And I'm gonna leave because I can. And I'm gonna go clear desert because I believe. Yes. Oops, no. It is the number 6 crystal. Flippers on the ledge. I could spit. You hear me? You hear me, randomizer? Putting crazy items on the ledge like that. Alright, Desert Palace has 2 items, not including the flippers on the ledge. Boots are required, which is okay because we got boots really early. And you find both items in the very first part of the dungeon. It's split into 2 different parts, but there's no chests after this part, so. I'm gonna find the big key over here and an item. I think it's on. Well, I guess Lambalus can have an item. Mirror, I love it. So glad I came here first instead of Turtle Rock. Because this game Turtle Rock, you can, well, there's a thing called Go Mode, which basically means you have all the items necessary to beat the game. I think I'm a bow away from Go Mode. And then when I get the flippers, I think Swamp is a crystal. I haven't written any of this down, I should. But when you have all the items necessary to actually complete the game, it basically means you don't have to go searching for any more items. And so you just go. As soon as you find the big key or whatever, you just go kill the boss and be done with it. Turtle Rock in Go Mode isn't much different than just doing Turtle Rock. It's really tight on keys. And there's usually always 1 key on Laser Bridge, which is towards the end. The only thing you don't have to do is Mimic Cave. It isn't even part of Turtle Rock. So there's not much difference in that, but in Ice Palace and Swamp Palace, you don't even need the big key to complete those. Oops, wrong pot. And you really don't even need to open any chests to complete them. They're very, very simple in that regard, but if you do have to full clear them, they're kind of a pain. Go away, Igor. Lambalus takes 2 fire rods to the face per snake. Oh, come on. I take 1 silver arrow and a lot of sword slashes. I don't know why the fire shield that I just got turns purple. I think it's just in this version, so I don't know if there's a little bug in the code that makes it turn purple before you get it. It always ends up red in the end. So, I don't really know. Okay, let's go crazy. There's another cave over here I want to check. Just in case. Let me get a map check too. Oh. Swamp is required. Ice Palace required. I can beat both of them. So that's awesome. Pod I cannot beat because I don't have the bow. And then I can beat Tower of Hera now too. So yeah, just that bow. Which I've often found in here. Come on. No? Okay. Worth a shot. I know I probably shouldn't do this yet, but I would much rather full clear Turtle Rock and Hera than Ice Palace and Swamp looking for the bow. So if I can find it up here, it'll save me a lot of time when I do those dungeons. Whereas it really won't save any time if I have to full clear these dungeons and it's not there. Oh, come on. Well, that's just how I play, you know. Forget it. Forget it, Death Mountain. You win this one. Oh, you know, I also have the book. So I can check these tablets. I've also had progression items stuck on the tablet. Like the ice rod before I went into Turtle Rock to go beat it, and I didn't check the tablet and cleared all of Turtle Rock just to come back here. I've done the same with the lamp. And it's always when you don't need it and you do check it that it's not the item that you need. That is rule 1 of Randomizer. I can also check Fat Fairy. It's kind of the nice thing about the 2 dungeons I have cleared with crystals, is that they unlock the Fat Fairy. She's got 2 chests. Come on. This is a very quick dungeon compared to everything else. So hopefully I don't mess it up too bad. Tempered sword. So that's 1 item. There's 2 items in here, so tempered sword makes Ganon a lot easier. I just noticed my tracker isn't updating bottles. I can't get it to update bottles regardless of what I do, so that's just life. Temple Short also makes this guy, oh come on, Trolldorm. He makes Trolldorm a lot easier too. Unless he just bodies you as soon as you come down. there's an item in the basement. If I was a gambling man, I would just move on. Since I'm not really, and since my earlier gamble didn't pay off, I'm just gonna full clear it. The reason it's a gamble per se is because there's a room before you get the chest that I'm about to go into, and it just throws a bunch of tiles at you, and it's really annoying. Cool. This is the tile room glitch. If you stand on a peg when it comes up, it gives you infinite invincibility frames. So you just sit here and wait. Three more. Really? Heart piece. Always a heart piece. Okay, so I'm going to mirror out of here because I have the mirror now. Go right to rock. More cutscenes. Alright, basically at this point, I do not want the bow to be in Misery Mire, because it's not even on my radar. It would be really bad if it was there. This room requires the fire rod. This is the quick method. Otherwise you have to go down, because if you don't make it through the door before the torches, go out. Hey, Bo! If you don't make it through that room before the torches go out, then you are stuck. Then you gotta do it all over again. So if you light the torches the way I lit them, and then just do the whole loop-de-loop, the torches will go out. So you either light them that way and hookshot off to go back, or you take the bottom route. Come on, Stalfos. These guys, super annoying. This room, super annoying. Thank you. Thank you, chain chomps. They do so much damage. Oh well, I'm gone. This, my friends, is the reason for the powder. If you could ever hit an anti-fairy with it. Before I forget, I'm going to switch to silvers just because I have them and I can, and I know I need to switch. Alright, where are you? Ah, of course. Really? Since I only have one key from that guy, and that door requires a key, that chest up there in the middle is going to be a key. So I can just skip it. I have the big key. It's also the last place the big key can be in this dungeon. So if you have the big key, you can just grab that key and move on. Come on. I don't know if I can do this technically, but I'm gonna try it. I may have to go back and find another key, but I don't think so. Oh no, yeah. If I found a key there, I'm golden. The only thing I can find that would really improve the end game is the gold sword, because it will make Ganon take less hits, but it's so trivial. It's really not even necessary. So, like on Trinex, each head will take 5 shots with the tempered sword. Whereas with gold, it'll just take 3. So there's that, I guess. Oh, go away. Alright. Refill my hearts. Try a swag dash here. Nope. Try it one more time. Nothing. Okay. Whatever. You can item dash with the cane, and that will make your block go off. And since you're dashing, you can actually make it through the pegs before they come up. It's really spiffy to look at. I've never done it before, so I tried. Moving on. I meant to void before I got in here, because fighting Trinex with the sword beam is never ever a good idea. Come on. There's a quick kill there where you can use your spin attack and you hit him twice in the head, and then you hit him once in the head as he comes around the corner, and that'll kill him with the tempered sword. Oh well, I can always say I tried, right? It's pretty much my whole run. At the very end it says, you tried. Okay, well, now we get to go mode everything else. I think I'll start with pod since I've already completed most of it. Oh, and also, the bow is always in Turtle Rock. Just another nugget of information. If you ever can't find the bow and Turtle Rock is open, you will find it there. I've also found the mirror in Turtle Rock. I found the flute in Turtle Rock. 9 times out of 10 you find the ice rod in Turtle Rock. It's a very, very sad dungeon. And we'll never know what's on the laser bridge. Sorry. It's my least favorite room in this game. Because I'm really bad at it. There is a dash strat you can use to bypass a bunch of stuff. I kinda can do that. Really just use the cape, hope for the best. And it takes forever. Because I have to try to set up on that one little pixel where you don't get hit by the laser, but you should be getting hit by the laser. The only bad thing is, I may not have the mirror shield, which just helps with mimics because they shoot stuff at you when you're trying to shoot them. But I can live with that. Hey, Blue Cane. No, I don't want that. Go away. Always in the wrong spot. Oops. Silly me. Normally you have to hit that switch, but since I went the other way around, I don't have to. Get my hammer out. No, Half Magic didn't update either on my tracker. I did not make the tracker. It's a nice tracker, because it updates automatically. I made a tracker just for fun in PowerPoint, which is nothing special. But for purpose of recording, I don't really want to have to switch over and, you know. So this one's fine. I think it's all the important stuff. The tracker I'm using is RV89's. I know he also does some Final Fantasy Randomizer, which is legit. So I'm holding my sword out here. Basically, it extends the range of your hammer hits, but it also keeps you aligned, so you're always facing forward, as long as you're not getting bodied by fireballs. I could shoot him in the head with a silver arrow, and that'll kill him, but just as well use the tempered sword to take him out. Elmasaur moves a lot, and so shooting him in that little green spot on his head with a silver arrow isn't always the most efficient. Alright, so Ice Palace and Swamp Palace. These are the two dungeons that you really want to go mode. Doesn't matter what randomizer you're playing, you want to go mode these dungeons. And I'm certain I can make Swamp Palace look good. I think I can make Ice Palace look good. I always do this. I always come ready to drain the swamp, drain the dam, and I'm not in the dark world. So I have to do it all over again. It's a big time waste. I was just so excited to go mode on Swamp Palace. Dumb tentacle things. Okay, mirror out. Drain the dam. Here's another Japanese glitch. Really? Thank you. Alright, let's see if we can get this done. Really? Alright, that's the only chest I'm gonna open. Swamp Palace has 6 items, so it's really a treasure trove, but I don't need them. If this had been available to me really earlier than it was, I probably would have hit it up, just to see if I could find stuff, because it is a good spot. I hate that the sword beam does not do any damage, practically. Not what I meant to do, but that's okay. Oh, little water bugs. Alright, there's a trick in here for a quick kill. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know what it is, I don't know how to pull it off. twice and spin attack him before he jumps back up in the air. There's also a quick kill for all the little Argai that are floating around him, where you have your sword in a spin attack state, but you're also using the hook shot, and so whenever you hook shot something, it runs into your sword because they're simultaneously going on. And it's not done like you can't just hold your sword out and shoot the hook shot. It doesn't work that way. There's some other input that you have to do. But it basically kills them as soon as they come in contact with the sword, and so you just spam the hook shot button and it kills everything. So probably shave a couple minutes off that fight compared to what I did. Come on, shoot through the... there you go. Ice physics are the worst. I'm gonna try not to stay in this dungeon forever. Ice Palace is 3 items, I believe. Oh, the lag. There's so many monsters. Of course. This wouldn't be the spiky conveyor belt room if I didn't jump into a spike at some point. I love having the boots there. We are at Cold Stare. And I'm going to use Bombos because I'm not sure it's any quicker the way I use the Fire Rod, because I always miss the perfect frame, whatever, inputs, because I'm a mess. Really? Stare. Thank goodness for a small key. Actually, I'm not sure which is faster. but we'll just do it this way. Since I haven't killed Aghanim, saving and quitting in the Dark World does not take you back to the pyramid. It's pretty convenient. Actually, I still need to go up here. Still get turned around. Don't know where I'm going. What am I doing? The answer? I don't know. I'm thinking I need to go to Turtle Rock. I do not need to go to Turtle Rock. Repeat, do not need to go to Turtle Rock. Just wasting time. At the end of every run I do, I'm like, if your routing was just a little bit better, and if you didn't like suck so much at this game, you could have done some too. Especially on this run, I'm making really good time. I do need to go over here anyway and open or go in the portal. Again, another brain fart. I really only have one bottle, and it's got a bee in it. Okay. Well, I guess no safeties today. Okay, Gannis Tower at an hour 42. Not bad at all. So, if I get a key on the right side, I'll just complete the right side. I don't know why I like that the best, but it's who I am, what can I say? There's a key. Might have taken too long. Oh, especially. Oh, yeah, we're going back. All the troll. Goodness. Whatever, we made it, right? If you can find the big key there, it's a huge time save. But we're going left side first. The last time I finished a randomizer, my big key was in the tile room. Yeah. Not happy about that. Hey, there's the mirror shield. key. Oh my goodness. I love it. If I had gone that way from the start, I would have saved like 3 minutes. So before you climb the tower, you basically want to have the big key and 1 small key. At least. Really? Nothing is cooperating. That's alright though. Whoa, the lag. So this is the part where this is the whole reason why bonking is part of the logic. Because the only other way to cross that is to bomb jump. And bomb jumping is not a thing. So the game expects you to know how to bonk because of that spot right there. If you don't know how to bonk, it's really easy. Ah, Stavros. Troll all day. Yes. No, come back. Are you kidding me? Who are you? Oh my gosh. And of course, I get bodied by a laser. Another laser. Because you can't move on the ice. It's impossible. Powder. Thank you. So bad. Oh, no, come back, come back. I shot an arrow. Come on. Oh well. Didn't get the 1 cycle, 0 cycle, whatever it's called. I should have switched. Best use of the cane. I always fall off there. I get so excited I killed all those guys. And just fall to my death. That's the first time I've done that room correctly. Good job, me. Let's see if I make it. I'm gonna be close on time. Hey. Really? Almost fell. It's never good. Alright, Troll Dorm, here we go, bud. is this hitbox incredibly weird, but it just sucks to get pushed off. You just needed one more hit. That's not counting my spins. Oh, this is where runs live, or runs go to die. Okay. The game is bugged. I don't know why I play this game. Can we please just have a nice fight? Shoulder arm. Okay. Hashtag rage quit. Seriously. Moldorm, the true end game. No, sir. Yeah, you asked for it. I'm gonna use cheap strats. Ridiculous. It's because I didn't have my hook shot equipped. He would have let me kill him 3 minutes earlier if I had my hook shot equipped. Not really, that's not true at all, but I like to think so. This is not good. Why? It's a good thing Aghanim is a pushover. That was really bad positioning on my part. A double. Yeah. Get me out of here. The one and only time the duck comes to your rescue in the dark world. Okay, we are coming up on the end of it. Go, go, go. We can still make sub 2. This is really weird. These Ganon quotes are killer. Come on, phase 2 Ganon. Oh, bodied Ganon, that's never good. Really? Quit teleporting. Seriously though. Oh, I did actually. That's called the torch glitch. If you light that torch before the second torch goes out, then the second torch will never go out. And oh my goodness, wow. That's my first sub 2 hour time. Good job, me. Triforce. I'm gonna end my clock here. The winner is you. The Return of the King. I think that's the vanilla title, but in some of these credits, the randomizer programmers have switched some of the dialogue. So it goes through this kind of pseudo-normal ending, and then it'll do the credits for the original programmers, and then the randomizer programmers, and then it gives some stats. So we'll see. If you've never played Zelda: A Link to the Past, I recommend that you buy it from Nintendo. There are several platforms you can find it on. You can find it on Super Nintendo, its original platform. I would assume it is on the Super Nintendo Classic. I don't see why this game would not be on there. It would be crazy. I have a copy of this on the Wii, but the Wii store is like gone now, so I'm assuming the Wii U or the Switch. I think last time I checked, on a 3DS as well. I think the 3DS was like $8, super cheap as far as old, classic, amazing, awesome Zelda games are concerned. But yeah, I think supporting the original release is a great thing. I don't think you should just pirate the game or ROM it or whatever without first owning the game. It supports Nintendo. It makes them lets them know that you love their games, and they're continuing to make more great games. They came out with A Link Between Worlds, which is not really, I guess it might be a sequel, I'm not really sure. But it's in the same style, almost the same maps as this game, only it's for the 3DS with updated graphics, and just the gameplay is phenomenal. I've played that game to death already. So yeah, play the original version. The logic in the randomizer is based off the original version, the vanilla game. So knowing kind of where to go, how to get there, how to navigate, what items the vanilla game gives you in each dungeon really helps out. Because in the earlier Zeldas, the dungeon would give you the item that you need to clear it. That's just kind of how it is. You couldn't clear the dungeon unless you found the item in that dungeon. Randomizer obviously isn't that way, but sometimes it will put the vanilla item in that dungeon. So it can kind of trip you up, but I think it's best to know so that you don't go into Misery Mire without the Cane of Samaria and try to go kill Vitreous, and then you just suddenly can't go anywhere. Or any number of examples. You know, Pod without the bow, or Eastern without the bow, Pod without the hammer. You know, trying to get into Desert without the book or the mirror. But yeah, support the official release. If you want to get into Randomizer, I will try to put some links in the description. Kind of let you know where to go, the community, and the Discord. There's Randomizer tournament going on right now. They have several races every day. They upload all their streams onto YouTube, or most of their streams, so you can watch past games. That's how I got into it. I've watched a ton of Randomizer, and I love it. It's a new game every single time. A lot of the commentators are just great fun. And the post-game interviews are really cool too. Whenever they finish the game, they hop in and talk to the commentators and get to ask questions and chat and whatever. So it's just really cool. It's a really cool little community. I say little, there's hundreds involved, but the ROM is based off the Japanese version 1 game, and there's a website for the randomizer. It kind of explains how to get to all stuff, and you basically just jump in and get after it. It's a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. There's a lot of pain in it too. I've had a couple runs recently where I just forgot to check a place, and that was the progression item I needed to finish the game, and I just had to quit because I could not for the life of me remember which of the 216 locations I had not checked yet. So it does kind of, grind at you a little bit, but it's also a lot of fun, especially when you complete it and beat your best time. My first game was 4 hours and 4 minutes. I think my second game I knocked off 40 minutes, and then I've just been kind of chipping away. I kind of hit a plateau at 2.5 hours. This time it's 2 hours, less than 2 hours. I doubt I will continuously get less than 2 hours. Some seeds you just can't. But an hour 55 minutes, I'm very pleased with that. I will probably wear that as a badge on my shirt, and no one will understand what it means, but I will know, and I will feel good about it. So this is the quest performance. I skipped a good amount of chests because I hit go mode pretty early. So there's still another 80 chests out there I didn't even look at. Didn't get all the Y items, so like the red ring, bottle, shovel, net. I didn't get the last sword because I didn't care. Capacity upgrades, hard pieces, hard containers. Lots of maps, compasses, and stuff. I loved this run because I just flew through a bunch of dungeons. I didn't get... Usually I'm like full clearing every dungeon, and it's just really bad routing and really bad choices by me, but this went swimmingly. Didn't even go into Misery Mire. That makes my heart glad. Ganon's Tower is 11th place for the, I guess maybe the 12th if you count the torch for the big key. Got my boots early, got my mirror late, which killed my run probably. Could have chopped off another 10 minutes with that mirror. $20 saving quits and 1 death. 1 death is not bad at all. Menu and lag time, way down, probably because I'm 30 minutes shy of where I usually am. Total time, 1:52:59. So there's always a little discrepancy at the end. That's why the speedrunners, speed gaming, they all use the RTA time instead of the in-game time. But I mean, if you're clocking RTA versus your end game, then it's just a few minutes difference, really. So if you're like in the game for 12 hours for some reason, then there might be a bigger difference, but I've not really seen more than a few minutes spread. But that's the game. My hope is to do a seed. Several times a week would be ideal, but I've got a life, and a family, so that doesn't always happen, and I have to do these things at night when they're all asleep. So I also have a Twitch. I'm not actually streaming anything on it yet. I want to make sure that I can get the quality and everything well enough before I start doing this stuff live. I don't know where it's going to go, but I'd like to compete in the tournament one day and just have a lot of fun with a lot of people that love Zelda. So thanks for watching. I'm glad we cut it 30 minutes short. That's good for me. Again, my name is Magical Minish. This was Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past Randomizer, open mode, no major glitches, kill Ganon, and we'll see you next time.